Hello, strangers. We haven't done this in months. I've noticed we have not. I've not been live. I think the entire 2025. Yeah, 2025. I've not been live. I stand corrected. And so there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my life that I'm trying to sort out. Some of the things I managed to sort out, some are still remaining. 2025, when it started, I thought it was going to start on the right footing because I had all the plans in place. I had everything in place, but there were miscalculations. There were a lot of miscalculations, and as a result, the miscalculations are the ones that showed up, and I'm glad they showed up now rather than later because you don't want to start off sailing in a smooth sea without checking the weather forecast. I checked the weather forecast. It's just that as I was sailing into this open sea, out of the blue, the sea started getting really, really rocky. That's what happened. So I'm glad that I'm navigating and finding my way to a smooth sailing. So, if in case you're wondering what happened to you last week, I think I dropped videos on Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I did not. And the reason being is because I had an operation, guys. I had an operation, BBL. No, I'm kidding, just not BBL. For some reason, as I'm trying to lose weight, I develop piles. This is the second time this has happened. So clearly, my body does not want me to lose weight to a certain um, size. And I always notice the moment I hit 92 kilograms, then suddenly something happens. And it happens down there in the posterior. So now I had piles removed via, what you call that light again? Yeah, I had medication as well. So in case I'm a little bit incoherent, just know that I thought that by the time at 5:30 it will be done. No, I'm still feeling it. It was by leisure. So they had to remove that, and I was on my belly throughout the week. That's why I call it BBL. So don't think I had a B. I did not. It was piles removal. And this is the second time has happened because I am trying to lose, bro. Come on. What's wrong with losing weight, right? But yeah, I've been watching the trial, of course. I've been watching the trial. There was a time where I can't remember who it was. I think it was Baloy. I think it was either Friday or Thursday where he said something about Guabeni. No, he said Zungu, aka Guabeni, and I'm like, well, hang on a minute. You Zungu was the one who introduced Guabeni. Remember when he left work? When he left work to Fosloras, he was going to visit Guabini because Guabini in the morning had called him and said, "Hey, listen, can you come over and let's hang out?" And then he said, "I'm going to work first. After work, then I will come over." When he was done with work, he then drove to Carlton Center where he picked up another cousin of his. They had some lunch, and then from there, they went to Fosloras to see Guabini. So when I heard like, bro, my stitches, whatever it is, but it's not stitches per se, it's those scarrings. I thought they had burst right inside of me. I was like, whoa, no, you are not going to do that to us, Baloy. There are two people that were introduced, Uzungu, owayevakashele uGwabini, not Zungu, aka Gwabini. Okay, I get it that it's the clan name is Gwabini of the Zungus type of situation. I almost lost it a second there. But guys, I want to talk about something serious before we get into today's hangout. We are going to be hanging out. You guys are going to tell me what are your thoughts about what transpired in this courtroom since this matter resumed in 2025. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of twists and turns and new evidence that keeps piling up every time when the state realizes that they are losing this matter badly. I don't understand why they think they're losing the matter badly when they have already lost the matter a long time ago. A long time ago, they lost this matter. I mean, we've said this on this very channel forever. But guys, let's talk about things that I've said in this video, I mean, in this channel before, about the safety of your children. I don't know if it's becoming clear now that your children are being targets of traffickers. I was watching a video of a young lady, probably 18, 16, 17, 18, somewhere there, walking from school. She had long braids, a white polo stopped right before her. A man came out, tried to grab her. She screamed in a suburb broad daylight. And I think he was disturbed or distracted by the bark of the dog, which brought some people out, jumped into his polo and drove off, leaving the girl all traumatized. She was shaking. I was shaking for her when I saw that CCTV camera. I just could not believe it. And secondly, the story of the unfortunate death of Lerato. I don't know what to say anymore. How I don't know what advice to give you to keep yourself safe because they are using the most natural things against women, like going out on a date. They know that if I am a guy and probably they know how to spot a vulnerable woman and then they show some kind of interest, there's no way she's not gonna give me my number. I mean her number. Again, medication. It's no way. And I don't know how to advise you. I don't know what to tell you how to keep yourself safe when you are in the malls. Which now brings a question I've been asking everywhere where I come on live, asking about the intelligence of this country. Where are the ghosts? Shouldn't the ghosts be the ones that are curbing this? Because I'm sure the National Intelligence Agency, whatever they call themselves these days, they got women in there who can pose as little girls and be vulnerable and then catch these people. Now we need to teach them. I don't know how they work, but I'm just assuming that's how they're supposed to work. That they are called ghosts for a reason. There's a reason why they are called ghosts. But this crime of kidnapping just is becoming a scourge, an epidemic. And I foresee it becoming even worse than us males. All they do is just look at you. If you got some little belly nyana, you are gone because there's no way you are going to have a belly nyana without money in your account and also having rich friends somewhere that when they get you, they make you call them to transfer huge amounts of money. And I've said it to me, I've said it before. Me, I told my family members and those that know me that if you ever get a call coming from me saying, hey, listen, guys, I'm in trouble, I will tell them that I told them I've lived a life. I have seen things that I wanted to see, and I'm cool. Pull the trigger because you're not getting a cent from them. The only call when I make to my family members will to tell them start preparing for my funeral. Do not send any money. That is it. I'm ready for it. It's ingrained inside of me, and I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. There is no family member of mine is going to pay umgodoi wenja who does not want to go work and thinks Utenege by taking other people who fought, who come from backgrounds probably like his own, and think they are going to get something out of my family, they can go fly a kite. Pull the damn trigger. Pull it. Whether you do give me that phone call to tell them to arrange or they don't, eventually they will figure it out when they don't get a call from me that something has happened. Whether I am found or not, I am prepared and I am ready psychologically, mentally. Okay, I'm ready. That is where we are at today in South Africa. We just have to do it. We just have to accept it because they want to make it a norm. And we have a police system with a minister who only comes on camera and make admissions but no action. Oh yeah, we have a crime problem. They even went as far into the White House and told Donald Trump that we have a crime problem. And then from there you begged for help. Clearly, clearly we are all sitting ducks. And when the criminals heard that you want, so you don't know what you're doing, then let's just do this broad daylight. That is why things are getting out of hand right now because they heard begging Donald Trump, whether that was to stroke his ego, which is also part of it, be strategic, stroke his ego and say, oh, we are using your technology in fighting crime. Did you see Donald Trump getting a little bit pompous, a little bit, whether that was a strategy or not? But the message the criminal heard was, we are inept. We don't know what we are doing. So we need your experience and help to come and help us fight crime in South Africa. Jantam Kwanas is doing all that he can, and I support him 100% on what he's doing because he is fed up. Section 49 of the Criminal Procedure Act, he was like, listen, I'm going to put you aside because that has been a debate for the longest time that police officers can use minimum force. I think that's what Section 49 of the Criminal Procedure Act says. Use a minimum force. He's going full on force. And I'm hearing debates now. And these debates, they don't make okay, let me put it this way. They make sense in the Western context. But in an African context, clearly you don't understand how Africans, particularly Africans in South Africa, look at death. South Africans, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to speak for Black people because those are people I know. And if I reduce it down to Zulu people, I'm going to speak as a Zulu person because I know how we look at death. And I know this is not a Zulu thing, but it is a Black thing, particularly in the SADC region. We see death something to fear, number one. The second thing is to respect it. We fear and respect death. There's a difference between fear and respect. And that is why when I made my submissions to the Constitutional Review Committee, the submissions were closed on the 31st of May. I know a lot of other people are calling for the death penalty to come back. And now that kind of sparked a debate of some sort where even experts came onto some podcast and said, oh, number one, this thing is immoral. And wherever there is a death penalty, the crime of unaliving people is exacerbated. The whole point about crimes such as heinous crimes of unaliving people is that they believe they will get away with it. Every criminal believes that. Even myself, when I was a little boy going into my mother's purse, I used to think she's not going to catch me. Without realizing that she did count her cents in her purse first. And then when I took and then I came back from chewing chappies, because I used to love eating chappies and some sweeties, she already had her belt ready. So you will get caught. If you think you're not going to get caught, you will get caught. And now when you are caught, one of two things are going to happen to you in a country with a death penalty. Botswana, I even gave an example of Botswana. That in Botswana, the crime of unaliving people in 2024 was about 200, 250, versus in South Africa, where we are talking thousands, thousands. So clearly, the death penalty being in Botswana, the Botswana people, as it dangles in their faces, they're like, I'm not gonna mess with that. If they find themselves in a situation that could make you go blind by anger, they walk away because they don't want to face the death penalty. So now, when you are going to come with a Western perspective about the death penalty, then you have alienated the rest of us. Because in Africa, in South Africa in particular, we fear and respect death. And that is why the crime of unaliving people would drastically drop. Drastically drop. It did drop in during the days of apartheid. The only hangings that we know of in history of black people was because of political rebelliousness against the apartheid regime. But when it came to us, like horizontal, like me and you, we would fight, but it would not go as far as one unaliving the other because you knew what the consequences were going to be. So we need to bring it back. It needs to come back, even if it means to be a symbol of fear. Then let's do it. Let it be known that if it's there, somebody will, and they do something, will affect them. And then the argument was then about Fezile Ngubane, who was also an accused in the Oloratile's case, and turns out that he was just a victim, as Olorato was. And I imagine now you prosecute me, find him guilty, and then you hang, and then later on you find out that he's actually innocent. And I have said this also in my submissions that there will be cases where some people will fall in the cracks. But the most important thing is the big picture. A message was sent that do not do this in South Africa. Don't do it. And then I also talked and submitted about my own personal what do you call this thing, campaign about the people who force themselves on women and children. I gave a case of Madagascar. I think in 2024 they enacted the law of surgical castration. Surgical. Yeah, you found guilty, you go to a doctor who's going to do some few little knickknacks and remove. So I said, whether we chop it off, surgical or chemical, as long as it's there, and people who force themselves onto women and children understand that should I, yes, we need to make sure that those that falsely accuse, they're also subjected to something as severe as that for lying on a person who would have lost a lot of themselves. So this whole dignity, oh, what about the dignity of the perpetrator? What about the dignity of the victim? Why the perpetrator is more important than the victim? Aren't they rights equal? One has to cancel the other one. So I don't know. The rule of law is enshrined in our constitution anyway. So the right of the one that is being a victim should override the one of who is the perpetrator. So, guys, I don't know what to tell you about what's happening in our country, but I can tell you that these things are happening because nobody is doing anything about them. The kidnappings. They're only talking about it and then they're pointing fingers. But then when are you actually going to do something about it? Why aren't other provincial police commissioners aren't taking leave from Tlantam Corners? Why are they afraid they're gonna unalive their own friends? that they are in their pockets, allegedly? What's happening? There's got to be a reason behind all of this. And then here's a question that I have for you as well. Guys, do you have this feeling that you are a sitting duck? By sitting duck, I mean like there is no guarantee for your safety and security when it comes to the police in this country. Because right now it looks like, in as much as we are having these heinous crimes that are happening, it looks like because they are inept, most of them, not some, most of them, they now just go take a random person on the streets and then pin a certain case that is a pain in the neck for them. And I think this goes in two ways. It's either they're getting over criticized by the taxpayer for all the crimes that are happening in the country and there are no arrests. And the second part is the goals that the South African police has set for them in order for you to get promoted. So if in a year you are arresting, let's say, five people, and out of that five, three are successful convictions, that puts you in a place of, or at least in a position of promotion. Some few years down the line, maybe in the next 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And so you're making sure every year you have at least a rate of 3 out of 5 arrests that successfully get prosecuted. Because now we are also learning that some of these police officers, they go to cases that already have been closed. Cases that have been closed, meaning they went to court, the perpetrator was found guilty because they produced all the evidence. And now these police officers know that the evidence exists and it's in that ASAP whatever store, and they can always go there, dust up thing a little bit, and then take something out of it and pin it on the case that they've pinned on you. On a case that is already closed. Because the evidence on that case exists to get a conviction, a successful conviction. This is evil. So don't you feel like at any given time you might find yourself in this situation? In Zulu we say "Icala livule ingubo lingene." I don't know. It's like I don't know how to say it in English. You just find yourself in trouble with the law, and yet you are the most law-abiding citizen of this country. You contribute positively into the success and the advancement of this country, but now you are in court trying to save your liberty for a crime you did not commit. Am I the only one who feels that way? Especially if you are black and male. It's happening. It is happening, guys. And also, I've also noticed that not only us are sitting ducks, but also the police officers themselves. If you're a police officer that does his or her job thoroughly, you do the investigations, and as long as the investigating officer has been bribed, one of you who's doing your jobs to the T, you will be put in handcuffs and then slapped with a certain accusation, maybe corruption or defeating the ends of justice, which of course this will increase. I mean, we are seeing the same thing that happened to one of the investigators, Senzo Meyiwa Umakubo. We also saw the same thing happen to Usis Patricia Mashale. All because they are doing things in the straight and narrow, but because the investigating officer may have been paid. Now he was like, don't jeopardize my money. So now they're starting to arrest police officers that are doing a thorough job, or at least considered to be an obstacle. What kind of a country is this? What kind of a country is this, guys? Please let me know what other tactics are we seeing right now. Just now, I just heard on the news the kidnapping of is it Kamukelo, a possible police officer has been arrested and being questioned because apparently he was approached by two police officers. So of course, the kingpins of kidnappers are now going to use directly the source that's supposed to fight the crime to do their dirty job for them. And now we have to go all the way into our borders. Who else are these police officers who will be working with at our borders to make sure that Gaugelo or Kamugelo goes through into those borders into another country and taken off to another country where the mastermind or the kingpin has pointed him out as their victim? Where is the intelligence? Where is the intelligence of this country? Because they are receiving a paycheck from taxpayers every single month. And every single year, they get a budget from the taxpayers. So, why is this crime where they're supposed to be curbing, they are not there? Where are they? I'm asking you, GNU, all of y'all, answer this question. Where is the intelligence? Yeah. The second thing, I will challenge you to do it right now if you have to. Call 10 111. Call 10 111. Number one, tell me how long did it take for them to answer your call? And two, if they logged in your call? And three, how long did the police take to get to you? Remember, 10 111 is an emergency line. The operative word here, emergency. I will leave it there. You can even go as far as the ambulance if you want to. And then you ask yourself, in a country where a budget is distributed to various government departments, you're telling me we did not have an ambulance, we did not have a van. That's the excuse you're going to get. Oh, there were too many crimes happening. When you ask for the stats of the, not even the stats, the report of those crimes they had, what do you call this, went to, none exists. None exist. And when these police officers eventually come to by name, when they are born, you just woke up and decide, ah, man, let's go to where we were called to. It's a challenge. I don't know, guys. Honestly, I've got so many things that are happening in this country. I don't know how we are going to solve these things. Without having GNU, yeah, I get it. Y'all have different feelings about it. But we are still sitting ducks. They are protected by VIP security. They live in ministers' mansions. They are driven in blue lights, untouchables. They cannot be touched. And as a result, they are detached from us. Here's another thing that just happened this week. And I feel every South African should pay attention. Who really cares about your security? And I know some of y'all are going to feel somewhat because this comes from a certain political party. And I'm going to say it. And I support this political party 100% in their submission in the private members bill. They are calling back the scorpions as they used to be, independent with prosecutorial powers. Remove them from the Department of Justice. Yeah, you know who they are, the DA, Democratic Alliance, have placed that bill. And we should support it because we saw how the scorpions worked back in the day. And the bill additionally has the same body to monitor corruption perpetuated by people you voted for and those that work in government and receiving your taxpayers, your taxes, sorry. And of course, private sector, the corporate sector, and corruption there itself. Every South African should support that bill. And if any political party argues against it, that's the party you should not vote for because they don't care about your safety and security. Pay attention, and I've said this before. Pay attention because it's for your good and your family's good. We need to move away from sentimental politics into intellectual politics where you use your mind, not your emotions. Because when we use our emotions, that is why we are here today. Guys, I hope you are enjoying this hangout. I'm about to be done with my own rants because this stuff has been sitting in my heart for a long time, right? Um, and then you have to ask yourself, who do we hold accountable? Do we know who, as the public, we should hold accountable? The minister? The minister is going to be protected. We saw with the portfolio committee for sports, and we also saw the portfolio committee for higher education, where an entire VC picks a fight with members of parliament because she refuses to account. We saw a minister where even the president was like, no, I need answers. And she had to go and apologize. No, don't ask for answers, Mr. President. You sack. You sack because it's clear your minister has no interest in being held accountable. Why am I not surprised? She comes from your party. She's used to cruising, used to having darling questions asked in portfolio committees because the comrades will not hold her accountable. I no, no. Who do we hold accountable? The president? I no, people. No, 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 no. So are we justified in our feelings? Are we justified in fear, in being fearful for our lives? There's no Donald Trump coming to save you and me. We are the wrong race. That's the fact. There is none. So since this is our only rabbit, not even a rabbit hole, hamster wheel, we are the ones who need to stop it. You and me need to stop it. I'm telling you. And it's going to start with us supporting this bill, the private members bill by the DA, because we saw how the scorpions worked before. I think even anybody who was not in government, you truly lived the straight and narrow because you did not want the scorpions knocking on your door. And then next thing you are covered in newspapers. Remember those days? They used to cover themselves in newspapers. And I agree that it should be an act of parliament rather than the way they got rid of the scorpions through just a mere. No, no, guys, we need to stop this hamster wheel ourselves. We can't live like we live in a madhouse. I know. Okay, let's get to Senzo Meyiwa, guys. I saw you some comments. For me, I've said what I wanted to say. Add what you want to add. But at the end of the day, it is all in your hands, guys. That's the truth. It is all in your hands, no one else's. We live in the most beautiful country in the world. We have the most beautiful principle of Ubuntu. And then, because some people are raised by a pack of wolves, wherever they come from, because I'm saying this, there are parents who see their children who are unemployed, dropped out of school, living a lavish lifestyle, and they don't ask questions. Udla iinyembezi zabantu as a parent. And then Sundays you go to church, knowing very well ukuthi unoskhotheni wengane. Praise Lord. Oh, usuzukhwefuza amagwebu. And when you come back from church, you go into the microwave, bought ngenyembezi zabantu. What's going on? You can't just cruiser these days. You need to walk to the police station and say, I suspect that my child is involved in heinous crimes. Because I am telling you, in most cases, say bulele. Now you have blood in your own hands. And uyalazi igazi lomuntu liyakhuluma. That's all I'm going to say to you. Because these are the things I think we are suppressing or forgotten about. It cannot be. It cannot be, guys. I'm telling you again, nobody is here to rescue us. Not even one person is here to rescue you and me. Nobody. They are watching, clapping hands. Yay, look at these. How they call us? Barbarians. And then out of that, they go to the world. Oh, we are being killed. We are being killed. We live in fear. All of us, black, white, Indian, colored, it doesn't matter. We are all fair game to them. All of us. All of us. And I say it again, any members of my family, I'm ready to serve life in prison. Life, I'm prepared. Kodwa kusala ngiyobe ngisuse inja. I'm telling you, if I get kidnapped, they're getting not even a cent. Pull the trigger. And if I will tell you, do it. Do it. Because we don't know what to do anymore, guys. We have no idea what to do anymore. They win. But where is the intelligence of this country? We hear police intelligence, this, police intelligence, that, but the crime just keeps going up, up, and we have police intelligence. I stop playing with us. Kamukhelo would not have been kidnapped. Olerato will still be alive. Menlyn Mall will be safe. Malls will be safe. Hi, no, guys. No, 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 no. We can talk about Senzo Meyiwa and all these other stuff that is going on. But when are we going to talk for ourselves? When? They enjoy when we are distracted by something because they get to work. They get to work. We are not influencing each other how to deal with them because we're being failed. Whatever happened to our spirit of 1970s? Some of us were not that old. Whatever happened to that? What happened to our spirit of 1970s, guys? No, maybe that's what we need to. Let's go back to the basics. As chaotic as it used to be, but it sent a strong message. What did we do with our spirit of 1970s? Samakwal, what happened? Who tamed us? Wow, cowards. Anyways, let me read your comments and then we get to talk about what we need to talk about today. All right, Lindywe. Hi, Clan. Sipagati Kalagata. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was quite heavy, but I'm not sorry at the same time. Oh, Ami, hello. How you doing? Lindywe says, I'm hearing Missy finish the race. Halala, and now win bola. I want to talk about that SMS because, honestly speaking, what was Rata's problem? Because before, when he was talked to directly, he would say, "This is disrespectful. You're supposed to talk to my registrar. What is my registrar for? How? Sa khuluma ne-registrar yakho." I know. Ubugaga, bibab. So, and congratulations to Mr. Nisi. And then we have, do you know, happy Sunday and happy new week, clan and family. Same to you. What's up? What's up? Sarah says, hi, clan. What's up, Sarah? How are you doing? Smagaliso says, hi, clan. First time watching live. Please welcome me. Woo! Smangaliso, welcome. And you are definitely welcome. I haven't been here in a long time, by the way. This year I have not gone live. If it's any consolation, Pat, welcome, welcome. Kings and Queens, a podcast with Iron. What's up? I like that podcast name. I'm doing the live in an hour too, bro. Doing the virtual inspection in loco. You are going there? Okay, wait. You see, I like this. Let me just subscribe to you quickly. Let me subscribe quickly, and I think y'all should subscribe too. Um, Okay, kings and queens podcast. Kings and queens podcast with iron. All right. Oh, I'm following you, Moz. Did you change your name? You were called something else, bro, but you changed your channel name. Okay. I'm following you already. Then we have Hendrik who says, hi, clans. What's up, Hendrik? It's good to see you, Kings and Queens. Says, I'm on a clan members. Awesome, awesome. Malusi says, hello, Mr. Dumaguta. What's up, Malusi? It's good to see you. Do you know? As Magaliso, um, welcome, oh, Smangali in the house. What's up? Thank you so much for welcoming him. Smangali says, King and Queens, what's up? Babusisio says, well done, Mnisi Wembula, for finishing Comrade Marathon. Show Judge Rata your medal. You know what they say, right? You kill. Ish, ew, YouTube. But you know, they say do what with success, you know, what police. Kings and Queens says, hey, Smug. Ryan Standard, Advocacy Sim Nisi finished his race. Woo-hoo. Congrats, Mr. DC. Congrats. You did us proud, sir. Thank you. Do you know, say, so what is with these white polos? Oh no, where will our children live? How must they survive? I think, honestly speaking, if you are driving a Polo and it's white, I'm sorry for saying this. I think you guys all need to be stopped. I think you guys need to be stopped, investigated, the works. And if you honestly want crime to be fought, you would agree with me if you're a Polo driver, a white Polo driver. Yeah, okay. Stop you. You are innocent until proven otherwise. Smiley says, thank you to do you know? Patient says high classes inspection in local will prove that Sibia was not lying. After that, they must go to that dumping place next to Alberton, next to BP Garage. That place is there. Bazale bazalelwa yinja endlini. And the footage they did, when I saw that video, I was so excited. I even forgot to credit the owner of that video. I'm so sorry. I was so excited, and by the time I was uploading it, I was like, "Oh no!" What? I apologize if you're actually a viewer of this channel, but thank you so much. It really, really helped because I got really excited. I was like, because he did say it's in front of the police station. It's what looks like where they put bins, and when you look at that obstruction, it looks exactly like that. So yeah. Mujalifa says, "Blessed Sunday afternoon, honorable clan member, joining you from Rusty Dusty." Rustenburg, in case you don't know, I have a friend by the name of Betty K who comes from there. She always says, "I'm from Rusty Dusty." Much love to you too, Mujalifa. Thank you so much and happy blessed Sunday to you too. Then we have Ndombi who says, "You halala velase when owa valeng." Okay, I'm a coconut. By the way, don't forget, I'm a coconut first generation. In case you don't know what that means, it means when apartheid was kind of like dying, and then white schools were starting to take white kids. When I started school, I studied in a white school, and where we did English and Afrikaans and other European languages, but Zulu, because I'm a Zulu. But I had to go and learn isiZulu when I was an adult, taking Zulu lessons at Durban Girls some years ago. So if I can't read this Zulu, Zulu, hey, don't judge. I did not take myself there. Siyabonga siyizwe imisa. You see now, I almost say imisila. I have improved, guys, a lot. Ryan, I was through comments in Bonsai Strong where podcast, and I realized most people, including Bonsai, don't follow the Meyiwa's trial, and yet white white want to comment on issues they don't understand. I did see the also. I was like, I don't think you understand what's happening, but hey, do you? And that's your content, cool. Because I find it quite strange how people of his own, they are golfers, others they do tennis, others, and most of their trips will be overseas. If they have a competition, it will be overseas. That means they're gonna have to ask for permission to go for a month or so that they go and be comfortably doing. But because it was a Nisi, it's a problem. So I was like, you know what, do you, whatever, I'm not interested. Us who understand what's happening, we will leave it right there. All right. Because clearly doesn't know Ratam Kwateng how he does his things. All he saw was like, oh, you want to go run the marathon and abandon your clients. Imagine. I'm like, shut up. KB Quayos, what's up? What's up? What's up? Salvid, what's up, Salvid? Haven't seen you in a long time. Greetings, family. Greetings, clients. The reason this has become such a big issue with advocate minister obtaining leave to run the comrades is because the judge wants to show how autocratic he is. He is not just an autocrat, that man. He's just near impossible. Sometimes I want to attribute it to old age because you know how like people of his age can be so cruel for no reason. So cruel. If you had a grandfather from the ages of 75 going up, hey, those people, I don't understand them for real. But you just have to enjoy and respect. Like how Nisi did, he just looked at him, was like, "Oh, Salah, I'm going to run, and I'm not gonna be here on Monday, or maybe he's gonna be tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know." Salvin says it's impossible mentally. Running as a person who comes from KwaZulu Natal, whether you're going to Peter Marisburg or coming down from Peter Marisburg, those obstacles don't play no games. So even one day is, I don't think it's enough. That thing needs a week of recovery. But then he wants to see him drop dead in the courtroom so that he can believe that, oh, shoot, he's a human being. Yeah, physically and emotionally, to have Advocate Timothy would perform at his best. He will be exhausted. He trained for 1 year. We really need to look into this behavior. Me, I'm starting to believe what other lawyers have told me before about judges in this country. You can't hold them accountable. They're the gods of the court. Of course, when I say gods, I'm with a small letter G, because I've seen some people challenge me. I'm like, the word God, it's not the capital G. As long as people are not talking about the creator, it's small g. Like god of the court. A god of a court can never be with a capital G. Someone says the judge raving and ranting about court decorum. He an example judge rather. See, he's the terriblest when it comes to that. Don't set example. Big ups to my comrade Sir Charles Mnisi. Respect to you, sir. Most definitely, and again, congratulations to him. Tafida, what's up? Hi, Glances. I fully support visiting of scene where Muzi was tortured and also aware of Baloy Act like a merry-go-round. What I believe, if the court order is done, it should be respected. Exactly. Exactly. Salvin says, come guys, like the stream, subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Show the clan some respect. Thank you. Please like the live, guys. I highly appreciate it. Thank you. Smuggler says, I also support the site visit. 100% I do too. Tafida says, Baloy, Gininda, and Rata, remember your oath to serve, uphold the law and justice to be seen, and also in defense of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, because that too is part of the oath, I believe. Mujalifa says, Yo, Mr. Dumagute, that scared the out of me when learning that one can be pinned by a closed case. We are all sitting ducks, Mujalifa. I am telling you, especially if you look of a particular way. If you look of a particular way, something that they can sell to the public and they're like, yep, did it, without wanting to know anything. They judge you before they even get to know you. South Africa has become a hell to live in. How evil the custodian of the law can they be? Ineptitude will create an environment like this. Because, come on, South Africa has been a crime scene for the longest time. And what do? Instead of fighting crime, some of them, they get into the pockets of the criminals. Management. Absolute no management in this country. Someone says every available evidence has to. We insist that it be checked and rechecked, and nothing must be left unchecked. There's too much ambiguity in this evidence. That's true. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then we have Maz who says that Ryan, I saw those comments. They were disgusting to say the least, and I couldn't even finish that video. Yeah, yeah, we already understand those people that do those sort of videos, their agenda. We get it. I mean, I got it quickly. Do you know how can Jay Explain the fact that Kelly and Longo's name been mentioned many times, and yet he can't subpoena them to court proceedings. That part has been something I've been asking about that for the longest time. I mean, I'll give a case in point. A judge was giving his judgment in 2005 in the state versus Shabir Sheikh, where Judge Squires, in passing, he didn't even delve into it, but in passing, said, I believe there is a corrupt relationship between Mr. Sheikh and Mr. Zuma. And then all floodgates open for Jacob Zuma. To this very day, he is attending that matter. And then you have an investigating officer who dives deep into names of people who are now supposed to at least have been arrested, appeared in court, paid bail, whether granted or not, and then joined this case as accused number 6 and also number 7. I'm still saying there's supposed to be at least 11 or 12 of them in the dock. But no, this judge is okay with a name passed around, no arrest. And yet, the investigating officer emphatically says she is the mastermind who paid accused number 5. Here's the transparent money bag, which is a meme, by the way, that a lot of people were using back in the day. Wow. Isaiah, oh, Isaiah, thank you, Isaiah, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Oh, wow, thank you, Isaiah, thank you. And then we have Noma Swazi and Kia Kuluma. Oh, yeah, Kuluma. Okay, I see you. You are feeling what I was saying. Smagalisa says JP is quiet though. Baloy doesn't call right witnesses. Instead of calling Njiako, he calls someone that agrees that Njiako is an attorney, which is very strange. It is so strange that if you really believe that Njiako is a legitimate lawyer at the time that he represented Untanzi, shouldn't you call him to confirm that? Because remember, he had all his ducks in the row in 2020. And some of us who did some little digging looking for things, turns out Mjako was a some director in the city of Johannesburg as a legal advisor to the MMC for transportation, unless we are being told that either he was moonlighting. If he was not moonlighting, he was a what do you call this? A freelancer who could be an advisor to the city of Johannesburg, but also does his private practice. Unless that's what we are told. But we can only get that answer if Njako is on the stand, so we get to understand. And also, there is no way that I would appoint a lawyer and then I don't pay for his appearances. Before paying for his appearances, first we need to consult, tell him or her my story, and then seek their representation, and then they appear on my behalf. Isn't that how it works? Or maybe we got the wrong end of the stick. I don't understand. I really don't. Then we have Sisipo who says, this is so painful. Welcome to our beautiful country. You know, do you ever worry? Okay, no, we'll talk about that as an afterthought later. Just remind me. Lindy was says that that's the sad reality. Our country is a mess. Our intelligence is mum. Yeah, they're just sitting there in the ivory tower looking at us getting slaughtered, and they say absolutely nothing about it. Instead, you have opportunists that are using that onslaught on us and saying it's them who are being Hi, come on. Lorenzo says, uh, kukhala injection ku West Street. Hi, Bo. I heard about that. They are targeting women and injecting them. If you are in Durban, West Street, guys, please be vigilant. If you are being followed by a man, get into a store, do something. Scream, shout. Ah, people. Bayabulawa abantu besifazane. Oh, Nkosi yami. Hayi, hayi. This is what the intelligence is supposed to be doing. Noma Swazi says, hi bona, sana angikwazi udinwe kanjena. Angikwazi ngodinwe kanjena. Bas, yo, me. It takes a long time for me ukudinwa, but once I am there, angikhuzeki, unfortunately. Bazo kulandela sisakudinga. Listen, I always say you can kill some of us, but not all of us. Uzongibulala mina khona ufana nami uyovumbuka. Uyosela usibulala nje wena. Sola usibulala nje wena. Khombisa khona ukuthi neke they don't work. This doesn't work. You cannot, you cannot. Yohlezi kuvumbuka omunye, maybe even worse than I am. A whole investigator, and then he at your door and say, "You see, your life. I'm just talking and just using my two IQs and trying to make sense." When I'm also on today, oh, people are making sense of this. Yeah, stop it because you are close to getting caught. But I get you. I get you. I get what you're saying, and I thank you for that. Thank you. Matthew says they have killed the youth cause the new ones they was gonna fight. Yeah, of course. If you are going to tame, you need to make sure that first it's something that you do gradually from the young age, maybe through some kind of subject at school. Tame them so that as they grow older, they don't know how to sort this out, talk about it in a logical way, and solve it. Because, in as much as we had Bantu education back in the day, those kids, old Pastor or Hector Petersons, they were critical thinkers. So much so that they said, I'm willing to share or shed my life for the freedom of this country. So now, for the freedom of our safety and security, what are we supposed to do? Why Basaba? The first of all, that the fact they're using a gun shows they are amagwala. And bullets finish, guys. If you come as a apelama bullet, Dingan says, Hecklands, I wonder if it was a judge of color who had uttered that statement. I know there are dedicated police out there, but majority are like, no. I did say that. I did say that some, but a lot. Well, but we don't know these days who is a good cop until you come across one. I agree with you, Dingan. There are a lot of police officers that do their jobs diligently, and they are also sitting ducks when a corrupt IO that works with them. Ebon Gutenegger, no, this one, the money that I already collected from the criminal, and this one is doing a good job. Uzombopa. They arresting them now and pinning them with cases of crimes they did not commit because all they're doing a good job that is threatening the IO who's corrupt. I agree with you 100%. I'm not in disagreement with you, Dingala. It's just that Bangane, it's a few. They are frustrated. If you want to know how frustrated some of them are, I don't know if you watched the interview between, I think it was Leanne Manis and the NDPP. The NDPP said something that I was like, yes, ma'am, finally you have said something some of us have been saying. That in the MPA, clearly there are people that have no interest in the criminal justice of this country. They are there to protect names. They are there to protect names, names who have committed crimes in this country. And because they are protecting names, it's now triggering down to MPA becoming almost useless. Because you know how they say, um, what did I want to say? But anyways, I want to talk about complacency and complacency. Some prosecutors have become complacent, and some prosecutors have become complacent because nobody seems to be challenging the rotten apples. So now she needs to expand what she means by that. Even if it means she drops names to the president, the person that appointed her. So and so and so and so and so and so. If you can remove them, MPA will be restored and you will start seeing serious prosecutions where you will not have Omotuso's matter just walking out of court free. And then you say, oh, we are appealing that matter, but he's out of the country now. Well, when you fail to extradite people, I agree with you, Dingan, 100%. I'm not going to argue against that because there are good police officers in this country. There are few, unfortunately. Mzamo says, Nkulukutu is Pagati. Sia says, Nisi finished the comrade. I was waiting for him at Cowie's Hill. Oh, nice. I heard. And congratulations to him. Agabatuli said, Lucia, hello, Lucia. I wasn't going to confess to unaliving Senzo. They'd rather unalive me and then hunt for somebody else to confess. I always wonder what was going to happen if Muzi and Danzi died during torture. They were going to find somebody else. We wouldn't have known about it because remember, they were covered by Kororo because they did this during the time where there was no movement. And around that time, I remember very well, we're on stage 5. I'm not load shedding. Might as well be load shedding. Lockdown. The curfew was serious at that time. I think it started at 6. And then he says he met Moses Sibia at 7 to 7:30. In winter, around that time, it's already dark. No cars are moving about. No people are walking like we saw in that video. So it worked in his favor. Ukininda. So that is why he's denying it. At the thick of lockdown. So if they had passed on, they would have gotten somebody else and we would not have known about this. We would never have known. There would probably be new people that they would have gotten, tortured them, and then had those confessions. Zamo says, thanks to my brother Mnisi, Jama Gabadela Ndina Velase, you make us proud, defense team. Oh, Bantu Tempo. I love Bantu Tempo, by the way. Main Junior says there's a group called ISA, International Blah Blah Agency, was introduced in 2013. They are on politics, news, stores, banks. They are on our phone and everywhere. A lady who took that video is B.S. Ndanzi. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, you are right. You are right. Thank you for that. Thank you, Main. And then I remember Judge Rata saying, I'm not involved in this nonsense, but on the other hand, he's busy emphasizing respect. decorum. Two, all the time, judge provoke defense in all ways, even if defense state fact still. That's because he's on, I still believe this is a strategy to distract Umnisi, because Umnisi had said that when you cut me off like this, because you can tell as well, he wants to get him off. Not exactly. He wants to rile him into anger, because when you are angry, what you also do, your chain of thoughts get disturbed, because now you are filled with rage, and because as a judge, you can't out burst out at the judge, because you will get arrested for contempt of court. So you have to contain yourself. But at the same time, you'll be like, but my chain of thoughts, I forgot what I wanted to say. That's the strategy here. Um, okay. Sorry about that. Usually when I have the comments on the screen, I get distracted. So I like just reading it under the comment under live comments. Main says we want Everett Ntogozo, Dominic Mjiago, Kenny Kumalo, and Constable Zungu on the stand. Definitely. And I cannot wait for Zungu to come back. I want to see something. I want to see something. Patience says they must go and visit Gray Avenue when I go to East Gate. See that off ramp to Germiston. Danzi was telling the truth. Is me when Gininda read his statement mentioned the revolver, not 9 millimeter. Yeah, we remember how the revolver it morphed into a 9 millimeter. The same 9 millimeter with the operandus, what they call it, modus operandi, where they go and get evidence of a closed case. There we are today. Then we have Maine who says, I assume that Senzo died in the hands of the police because all the time we see police, not doctors and nurses, with people who were in the house. That's why this case is going uh, far. Yeah, looks like he died in a police station, because we've had almost every ranking police officer understand, but the people that were eyewitnesses in this matter, including Guabini. Remember, apparently Guabini was the one who, I'm assuming, the one that hired these guns to them, if that's what I understood out of Uzungu. But Guabini has never taken the stand. Only the police officers. Hi, gag about it. Devil says, good evening, clan. What's up? What's up, Devil Horse? Good to see you. And then we have Main who says, those who study law in the apartheid era must retire now, because in their mind, apartheid still operating in there too. With a very huge self-hating stain, like the judge, Urat Hashem. Judge Urata doesn't like black people. As black as he doesn't like us. Nah, he doesn't like us. I don't care what you tell me. He does not like us. Therefore, he does not like himself. Sad. Dingan says, of all the law enforcement officers that testified, Olim Jali was honest. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure his testimony was discarded. And this is a person that is important to that so-called 9 millimeter. Christian says that therefore first that then Mgome Zulu now Nisi is their problem in this case. You forgot Mshololo. You forgot Mshololo in that list. May says African Mgome Zulu said in court longer Twala, Pow Pow, Senzo Meyiwa, and Baloy did nothing. Yeah, yeah, remember. May says we don't die, but we multiply. That's true. You take me out, somebody's going to rise much worse than I've been. You'll be like, oh, I got the wrong one. I should have. if sooner or later people will start seeing good typo. Why are people that are talking the truth when you keep deleting them? Miriam says we need Mjiako and Zungu understand, and we need Longwe and his younger brother too. We want to see Amakala Matupa. Bayasi Jwaela Ogininda Noba. Strela ngempela, yes. You know, I can stand many things in life, but one thing that I just refuse, guys, is being made a stupid of. Are you like that as well? It's just me. Do whatever you want to, but unganyenzi slim. I'm not. I don't even know how it feels like, or I don't know how it's like to be stupid. So now, why you look at me and then you think, "What's seriously?" And this is exactly what they are doing to us, Obaloi. Christian says that they are all on someone's payroll. You know who that person, and we are entitled to speculate because our observations are leading us towards that conclusion. So, Christian, I'm with you on that one. Whoever the person that is pulling the strings also pays. It's our opinion. Mashudu says, did anyone see Advocate Timnisi at the comrades? Yes, he finished the comrades successfully. So, congratulations to him. David says Mjako is an MKP advocate. Oh, I did see that on is it Sispat? No, Noni on Noni's channel with Unjabs. I did see that. I did see, yes. I was like, interesting. Very interesting. He was representing them on the 3rd of May 2025 against IEC. Well, okay, I don't know if he was representing them or just a team member, but okay, he's an advocate, I suppose. Yeah, that was quite interesting for me, I must say. It was quite interesting. Nomfundo says Gininda is the mastermind of this case. Leader says we need that Lomlense. We need that Mlense Kalongwe ASAP. Yeah, you remember when he was appearing in court, how all of us were scrutinizing his walk? It's just that we did not have the before. We only have the after. If we can see the before and the after, but it looked, I saw a limp, and I think a lot of people also saw a limp. I even have a shorts on that where he kind of like has a limpish type of thing going on there. So yeah, so I want to what's happening there? Taken to a specialist. Why are they called those people podiatrists? Taken to a podiatrist who can do some X-rays because they understand bones better than. Is it podiatrist? I think it's a podiatrist. Oh gosh. Yeah, so that is the end of your comments in this live, guys. Anything else that you feel like we should continue on? Inspection in local. Let's talk about that. Inspection in local tomorrow. Are we going to hear a judgment on it? Have we gotten a judgment on it? Because I don't remember getting a judgment on it by Judge Rata. Maybe because I was still in pain, y'all. Oh, never have piles, guys. That thing is more painful than a toothache. Actually, I'm trying to measure which one is worse because they both zapefmula when you are asleep, and he would swear it developed a heart and went and then the pile thing comes with a dagger. Guys, yeah, nda bo clances gininda nabalo. What's I love Venda, guys. I don't know if you know. I do. But yay, what's up? What's up? Da. Alakanyani. Let me just put Samuel. Da, Fetun da. Is it Da? No, that would be a woman. No, you are right. I don't know. I forgot. But I love Venda, guys, in case you did not know. Gininda na baloy bodala bumenemene fadzi. Fedzi. Mamenemene for real. The Mamenemenes for real. Puleng says, good evening, family. Remember when Senzo was shot? The whole MMC of safety was there in less than 2 hours. And where is that minister on the list of witnesses? Or like somebody else who was not supposed to be there and is suing people was not supposed, but they are not called on the stand either. So, in this case, guys, this case. So here's my question to you guys: will the Maywas get justice for Senzo? Do you think they are going to get justice? Main says, Kininda lied about Mboto. When Nisi start dropping some receipts, I was like, how are you going to get out of that, sir? Little did I know that Antanzi's sister was going to go like and say, hey, here's the video. He lied about assault, AVL, DNA, Kelly Kumalo, arrest warrant, number 4, Sambo, came and lied. Hey, Kuningi. Smuggler says, David, by representing someone or a certain party doesn't mean you align with them. Yeah, that is why I did not want to comment much about it because as an advocate, you should indiscriminately um, represent those that seek your services. I would not say there's a political alliance, but also David did not say that he is politically aligned with the MKP either. So I just thought that one I'm not gonna have much of a say, but I found it to be interesting that he's appearing in the High Court with all of this going on. Because I would have wanted to go and clear my name, guys. I would, because to get to where I am, come on. I'm not gonna allow anybody to jeopardize a career that I've built as well as jeopardize the ambitions that I have as a lawyer. Because once you're an advocate, one day you could get a phone call from Rams and say, hey, I would like to appoint you as an acting judge. That adds to your CV when you now want to be a judge someday. And then no, that's why I'm saying I found it quite interesting that he's not there defending his good name. Because I would have, especially if I know for a fact that on this day I did represent Untans. I got all the receipts. I would have done that. Patient says, did you see Rata doing sign language to the witness first? It looked like he wants to scratch his left shoulder. Then he did unthinkable behavior. Yeah, the wink at the. I, Mina, for me, it's the exclamations that he makes. Mr. Mnisi will ask to consult with his client, and they'll be like, hey, hey, hey. Like, how does that supposed to make you number one as a legal representative of a client you're supposed to feel? What about the accused person? I don't get it. Do you know, says, can all previous convictions of Gininda and Baloy be revisited? That was my next point, funny enough, because I'm starting to think that something sinister that, in my opinion, got Gininda where he is today. So can we visit all the convictions that were investigated by Brigadier Geninda. That just for our own peace and also for the sake of confidence that the public should have about investigating officers. For that reason, something I want to see. So I'm agreeing with you there. Cynthia says, I don't see the Mayo family getting justice. It's sad. I mean, I've said this before, and some of y'all did challenge me about it, and I still stand on this that I don't think they are going to get justice, unfortunately. So now I'm foreseeing two scenarios. Either Judge Rata is not going to find sufficient evidence to convict, or he will convict because a lot of you guys say this is already a done deal. He's just stalling to show that he did something, but he's going to convict the five. Or me, I'm saying if he's a fair judge, he will not find sufficient evidence. But the problem I'm having about that is that if he does find insufficient evidence, that means that's the end of this matter. Everybody, even the trigger happy person, walks free. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I'm just rubbing my two IQs here. That's what angers me the most. That there will not be justice, unfortunately. When you are watching closely and paying attention to what's going on there, it could be that Balo is working really, really hard so that this matter never reoccur if Yatrito. I don't know. And that's what keeps me awake at night. That's what keeps me awake at night, unfortunately. So yeah, Cynthia, you and I are on the same. Now I see BBM as well. We on the same WhatsApp group on this one, unfortunately. Do you know, says that these police, in fact, I think the Maywas should have continued with private prosecution. If they took the private prosecution route, that's where they would have found justice because the MPA would be forced to prosecute officially and then convict the killer. Because I believe the private prosecution would have bent backwards to make sure that Longwe is examined thoroughly. Unyawo. They would have thoroughly made sure Uguti Unjiako was checked. They would have made sure of many things and then compile a comprehensive prosecutorial report to the MPA with sufficient evidence. That's where justice would have been served, in my opinion. Now, because the state took over, Kukarization, Kukarization, Kukarization. I keep hearing Mr. Gomezulu's voice in my head because they are busy cooking. And we are watching the broth. I pay cake. I don't know why my tambo money they're busy boiling. BBM says, Cynthia, my lover, I fully agree with you. Yeah. Do you know, says that these police are getting promoted to high ranks by putting innocent people in jail? They are worse than criminals. Yeah, I'm saying that a police officer that has been promoted based on lies, he's on the cheek. Just know that. Lidova says, we're still waiting for AVLs. Mr. Herman, now it's inspection in local. Is Baloy going to cope? Remember the other time, when was it? I don't know if I heard correctly or I was under medication, where Baloy actually said, Kineda is the last witness. And I was like, but Herman, what happened to Herman? We still want Herman to tell us how a, did he say prima facie, not prima facie, bona fide era happened with Giaco's FFC. So I want to know, what does that bona fide era mean? How does a machine in good faith makes an error? That I want to hear. I want to hear that. So what are you saying that Ukini is the last witness? Yeah, give a fetch. So Mangaliso says, Clantis, this case is sensitive. At the very same time, it revealed corruption in justice. We know about SAP's corruption. Justice is out. You know, Smangalisa, I would 100% agree with you. This case has taught us so many things as South Africans. Let's start with the criminal justice system. Not only the criminal justice system, but also the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. How much did we know about that? How much of it did we know about that? But today, I feel like I can actually walk inside a courtroom and represent somebody and win. That's how much we've learned out of this case. Because most of the time, we know their courts, how they work, how things are done. Because we are not criminals, so we don't attend criminal cases, and we don't have members of our families who are criminals or accused of a crime that we keep going to court for and learn how these things work. We've learned about judges, the judicial system. We've learned so many things. But most of all, the shocking part that is also scary at the same time is that we are all sitting ducks when it comes to the police of this country. They could walk right through your door and put handcuffs on you and accuse you of a crime you did not commit because they're finding it difficult. You must understand this, guys. The coal unit is established in 2018, 2019. A year later, they have suspects for the Senzo Meyiwa unaliving trial. Not because they investigated, because two walked up to them and said, "Oh, well, you caught me for white powder and ammunition. I might as well tell you about how I want to go spend the rest of my young life in prison for a crime I did not commit. I was involved in the unaliving of Senzo Meyiwa." Make that make sense? Two people do exactly the same thing. The other one gets a lawyer, the other one conveniently says, "No, I don't want no lawyer. I don't want no lawyer." Like, seriously? Yeah, I gag about it. Like I said, I hate being made a fool of. I don't like to be made a stupid because I'm not. I don't know how it feels like. So, gag. I don't buy it. So that's what we learned, guys. Mlungisa says, my view is the difference. Oh, the defendants must ask the state to play all videos from ENCA, SABC to expose who were there at the spaza, because people remove themselves from that place. But then again, we need to look at the admissibility of those tapes, because for them to be, is it some subpoenaed, you will need a judgment to legitimize them and then admit them into evidence. So I don't know. I don't know how it works, but since, like I said, we've learned a lot in this case, that you cannot just bring a tape or a recording without it being permitted number one, but the person that is in the tape or the recording or the tape. So I don't know. I don't know how it works, but that's just my understanding from what I've learned thus far in this matter. Main says Kelly calling the Senzo Meyiwa family phone record as his father's so says another story. And even he went to point the coffin of Senzo. He was with Doctor so and so telling him that Senzo blah blah blah. Yeah. Hmm. But they said those records no longer exist, if I remember, by mistake. Okay. Smuggler says newsroom is also biased. If we were one, we should toy newsroom and not watch that channel. I'm laughing because I heard a rumor about how somebody in there does not like me. I don't know who that is, but I was like I give a rat's tail if a journalist from some channel likes me or not. If you are doing something that I feel is like, what? I'm gonna say something. Anyways, Main says accused number one is a big problem in this case. Because remember, therefore, Tobela Mgomezulu, then now boom Nisi. Even the first judge was having a problem with defense who defended accused number one. I think the frustration is that he holds a lot of truth. And whatever brief they got, it's making it fall apart. It's making it fall apart. That is my opinion. Lindiwe says Baloyi said they will need security, blah blah blah, for the inspection in loco. Let them bring the army, and Gininda's security inspection needs to happen. I feel like they might cook up something on this one as well, especially when it comes around security. Maybe because guys, we are not dealing with normal people here. I don't think so. My fear is them organizing an attempt and then that will sway the judges. I don't know. Uh, I'm saying this to say because remember when Zungu went to KwaZulu Natal, came back without what he was ordered to bring, and then Judge Rata said, "Oh, this is a high profile matter. He needs to be protected and escorted by the police to KwaZulu." We still need those AVLs, by the way, of those police vehicles that escorted him on that day. We need those AVLs. So I'm just taking from that. So I think what they need to do, if Judge Rod is going to make a judgment on the inspection in local, they should do it in camera, like they do it in chambers, without us knowing the date and the time they are going to do this inspection in local, so that there's some guaranteed security there. I don't know. That's just my thought. So we don't hear stories that, oh, there was an attempt. May says, if our defense team win this case, so what's going to happen to those who came to court and lied under oath? What has ever happened to anybody that lied under oath in South Africa? I've never heard of any consequences because the law of perjury exists, right? And I think it's 2 years imprisonment or something like that. I don't know if it's an imprisonment or a fine, one of the two. So it will be interesting to hear what will happen to them because they're supposed to be charged with perjury, and the person that's supposed to charge them with perjury is Judge Rad, the court. Lindy will says they are panicking wherever they are. They can't cook the buildings. In my head, while I was busy lying on my stomach healing, when you had an operation down there, things kind of contracts and relax, and you laugh They were like, because you're thinking how he's probably planning to go beat his whatever obstacle there is there, because that's what I kept thinking. Beat his because I even went as far as thinking, no, if we ain't build lizard, that means we can always get Google Maps of 2020, and it will be able to see that structure retrospectively. So uh, that was just what I was thinking. Seriously, May says number one case, caught but two docket Uningi. Robbery gone wrong. Hell no. But cooking gone wrong too. It's a lot. Ntanzi was slapped with a case from from KwaZulu Natal that was long time resolved. And you're like, hey, so they would, like I said, they would slap you with a charge, and then they'll go to an old case that has been resolved already and slap it onto you to legitimize everything. Hmm? Wow. And remember how they said, Untanzi, it was Genindo, he has a lot of cases. Has a lot of cases, Untanzi. And we're like, okay, now let's see them. Where are they? He was a gun supplier, the big gun supplier. Remember trial within the trial? He said that. And how they classified things. Where is that information that were classified? Hi, Kidlalwanga Hatila. May says people who were in the house say they saw revolver 38, but analysts said 9 millimeter. And now he doesn't want to admit that the DNA says they were not there. Patience, why Rata is always says until Mandela is resurrected. Is he the one who will resurrect him? Is he going to resurrect him before or after? He's being sarcastic, but his sarcasm, to me, it doesn't sound respectful towards Nelson Mandela or any dead person for that matter. I don't understand the metaphor behind it. If it is a figure of speech, I really don't get it, because we all know that a dead person, once they're buried, they don't resurrect. So unless he's trying, no, even that doesn't make sense. Maka says Baloyi is avoiding the local inspection. He is with everything he's got. May says, Lord Judge, when someone new come, he always asks one question: is he or she still? I would ask too. Shem, with everything else, I would ask too. Are they still alive? That's what I would want to know. But the question is it a hint that hey, Hamdon Tima, or is it like, hey, I don't trust these people, so I need to make sure what these people are. I don't know. One just never know what to read between the lines with that question, man. I don't know. Do you know is laughing at Lindy where cook the building? Let's see how creative is Baloy, Gininda, and Rata. Ooh, that one I want to see too. I can't wait. Look at us say, I have a question. Is Moses Sibia related to Shadrach Sibia? If so, maybe is a family feud. Well, they're both Zulus, and in the Zulu culture, as long as we share a surname, we family. We could be like never seen each other before. But as long as we share a surname, that is why when a Zulu man ashela intombazane, the first question he will ask her is, "What is your surname?" Because the last thing he wants in Kalankala type of situation. But I don't know if Zulu men still do that these days. It doesn't look like they do. I don't know. PG says Zungu will be warmly welcomed. He may clarify a lot of issues. Yeah. There are some few things that I would like to know from Uzungu. A lot of things that I would like to hear from Uzungu. Lindy says, and Rata included Maka. Yeah, okay. I think this is it that we have for today because I'm done with your comments. Isaiah, thank you so much again. That was absolutely kind of you. May you be blessed abundantly, you and your family, because I know it coming from the family purse. So may they be blessed abundantly as well. I appreciate each and every one of you guys always for your support on this channel. I'm gonna try my level best to come on here every Sunday like we used to. A lot is going on, like I said, personally, and I am working to resolve all these issues. And slowly but surely, I'll get there. Slowly but surely, you'll have my full attention. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys so very much. And please, whatever you do, whatever you do, subscribe and watch Patricia Mashale's channel. I think she calls herself the Mastermind. I love that. And her and Jabulo, I think they're doing a fantastic and amazing job because you will learn a lot, especially from Jabs. The guy is beyond intelligent. Absolutely like, whoo. If you want to see intelligence, IQ, check him out. And I also love that he's not selfish with the information. He's willing to work with other content creators as well, like Unoni. If I would watch both, I'll go to House Patricia, and then from there I will go to Noni because I'm always a student. I like learning, guys. I love learning, and so far everything that I'm learning there, I have no questions because they all make sense. So when you can shut me up is when you say something that leaves me going, that makes sense. Not something that's gonna be like, wait a minute, whoa, 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 two IQs, two IQs. So they are doing absolutely amazing job. Please, whatever you do, subscribe to them and watch the videos whenever they post. You will learn a lot. That much I can tell you. A lot. And that, guys, that is all that I have for you here. Let's see. A few more came through. Don't worry, guys, we're finishing. Maybe let's just finish this 13 minutes. Yeah, let's finish this 13 minutes. Because I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying being with you guys. I haven't seen you all in a long time. I see new people as well. Welcome, every one of you. I welcome you guys. I also see clan members who've been, excuse me, who's been here since the beginning. You guys, you know you're the best. Thank you so much. Lindy says, thank you so much, Clan. Good night. Thank you, Lindy. Thank you so much. Patience say, Queen King is a bag. Rata will be breathing on her neck, allegedly. Oh, by the way, he was going live, man. Now I'll check the replay. May says this mess starts with Musia first. I agree. I 100% agree with that. The mess was created there. As a matter of fact, it was created with the two first respondents. They wanted to see Senzo Meyiwa dead or alive. Shameless. Amanda says, I love Patricia and Jabs. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What they are creating there, it is amazing. I hope it's going to go beyond the Senzo Meyiwa because there's a lot coming up, guys. There's a lot coming up soon that will need the similar attention as this matter, and I hope they will still be around. I know they'll be around, but what I'm saying is they'll continue with doing this amazing job that they are doing. Main says Amanda McKay, yeah, this one bezenenye kwala side. Absolute. Main says we thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Musa Siwa says Clancy's from 2023. This case is drama after drama. But apparently from 2022 with Judge Baumela. I only caught it the second time around. The first time around, like I said, guys, when I looked at it, I was like, this is messed up. This is messed up. Judge Rota is tasting his medicine for misconduct of colluding allegedly and witnesses and allowing Baloy to run the show. Can't wait. Yeah, whatever it is that is going on there, it will not be forever. That's one thing I know about the truth. The truth has a way of finding itself in the light. You do something in darkness, and then you're like, whoo, nobody will find out. We will find out. Just like a person who commits a crime and think they will not be caught, you will get caught. That's a given. As long as you are doing something wrong, you will get caught eventually. If we are Zaz Gutinege, what I am doing is wrong, you will get caught. So now the thing is, now that you know you will get caught, stop it before it becomes big. And when it becomes big, you will not be able to manage it. Do it while you can still manage, and probably even have a one silly excuse or another. Oh, I had a concoction on my head, and then suddenly I start doing wrong things. Forgive me. People will forgive you because they're looking at the extent of that thing that you did. It's like I'll give you an example about myself. What a curious child I was, but at the same time I was naughty. I loved chewing chappies, and I would go to my mother's purse without asking her, and she has counted her cents. And then I'll come back after chewing the chappies and I'll get some lashings. Versus when I accidentally took 50 rand out of my pocket. Remember that big 50 rand that was pink? Was it pink or red? I can't remember. That woman put her foot on my neck and pressed. And I was like, "Moyo ngibulala wathi uletho bani?" That's the question. I will never forget that question. And that's the thing that made me stop being naughty. Because I was like, so she can wipe me out this one. Yeah, I never again. You see what I'm saying? Never. So do it while you start at to 5 cent, not 50 rand. All right. So it's a wrong thing is wrong. You can't make it right. You can never turn a wrong thing into a right. You can never, ever. Hmm. Hey, my colleague. Yes, my friend. It's Clancy's live. Wow, good to see you. Hey, Mzansi Unfiltered. It's been a long, long time. It's been a long time. I know this year I have not been live. I have not been live in 2025. I know I cut a lot of people. Let me go back. Main says Amanda McKay. Those okay. I've already read that. I believe. Can't wait for. Okay, this is Musa Sira. Can't wait for inspection in loco. Let's go. Well done, Mnisi Wimvula, for finishing comrade marathon. Show Judge Rata your medal with pride. And I wish that he comes tomorrow. I'm convinced. Good. When yeah. Main says Musia studied 2012, but 2014 he was high top investigator in 2014. Hey, kumnandi amaphoyisa enmos. Ponzo says Gininda and Baloy, please repent. Well, I don't know about Baloy. The one that is beyond repair for me. I I think at this point in now, you said very fun. I was 609. How are you going to become a lawyer? Angazi. Maybe it's going to be like what we learned about LPC. You can just walk up to the registrar and say, give me a number. And the LPC guy will be like, okay, here's the number of somebody else. We'll say it's a bona fide error. Because that's the only way you can practice. That's the only way. With all these dark clouds hanging over you, there is no way you are fit and proper. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. Maka says, Judge believes everything. Yeah. Small says, Good evening, sir. Thanks for the live. Thank you, Small. I appreciate you being here. Highly, highly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a lot, guys. But going back to my opening of this live, guys, please be vigilant. Women, please be vigilant. Your children, please be vigilant. Do not post them. That is how these kingpins shop around. All they do now, they're working with some police officers. When a police officer stops your teenage son or teenage daughter, shows them their badge, and say, Get in a car, we'll talk at the police station, knowing fully well that a police officer cannot take a minor to a police station without the parent. You need to teach your child that. No child that is below the ages of 18 can be taken to a police station by a police officer without the presence of the parent or a legal guardian. Teach your child that. You too, as an adult who is 18 and above, if there is some kind of suspicion on you, because I heard a new scam these days. If you're a male walking, you'll get stopped by a car, and this car is going to say, Well, you have been, you are a suspect in a crime that just happened a few minutes ago, and you were described to be wearing exactly what you are wearing. And then they'll say, I'll take you to the police station, and they're taking you to the felt where they are going to get into your phone. And if you have a banking app, they're gonna wipe every cent out of your account, make you make calls to families and friends to deposit more money into their account, and they go wipe you clean. At the end of the day, they unalive you. Know your rights when you are being arrested, if indeed these are real police officers. Guys, we are living in a dangerous country. I don't know how to say this or how else to say this. I'm just looking out for my community here. Please spread the word. If you are stopped and they say they are police officers and they are describing what you are wearing, those are criminals. Those are criminals. I don't know this country. Oh, yeah, I want you to make a last statement. We need to protect our country. It's yours and my responsibility. We are getting visitors that are attracted to our country. Some of them are becoming our friends. And it does not sit well when you go to bed and you're thinking, oh my goodness, please don't let those criminals embarrass us. It's what I worry about every day. And I pray for their safety so that if they are visiting, they go back with good memories. Those that decide to stay, they continue to stay because they love the security, they love the country and its people, its food and environment, everything. It's what I worry about. Hey, yeah. Zansi, unfiltered. I missed you. I missed your lives. Hope you're back. I'm back. I'm back. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, colleague. Thank you. Raga says, I wanted to say the judge believes everything which is those witnesses and Baloi is telling the court. I'm so disappointed. It's a sin to be poor. They will smear you with false things just to send you. Yeah, that's what I have seen. Zan says, bring back Kamu. Hey, Kamu needs to come back for real. And I hope that police officer that is accused, I mean, suspected, bring this. I don't know, guys. This country. May says, and sis Noni and Mzansi Unfiltered channel, wenza ama yololo, like you, brother. I love, these are my colleagues. I, I don't know how I did not mention Mzansi Unfiltered, but of course, I watch her all the time because she's funny. The way she delivers, hilarious. You know, you want somewhere where there's a break of the seriousness. The delivery is absolutely amazing. I love my colleagues. I respect them, and they're doing a fantastic job. And I see new ones also coming up. Guys, support them, guys. Honestly, they are doing a fantastic job. And I think the more of us talk about this, whether it's going to help or not, but at least South Africans did not sit by and became complacent and complacent. I'm that's what makes me happy about this. And I'm saddened that South Africans are losing interest in this matter. And I don't think we should lose interest in this matter at all because it could happen to any of us. And when it does happen, you would want it talked about so that we get to the real truth and the real perpetrators and let the police and the MPA and the judicial system that we are watching and we're not stupid. So if we pull away, then they will they will do what Balo is doing, just introducing new evidence because they understand more and more people are becoming less and less and less interested in the sentiment, and that's a mistake. It's an indictment on us, all of us. Let's not lose interest. I know it's dragging. I know it is upsetting. There's not a day where the Senzo Meyiwa, at the end of the day, we are all going, whew, at least we are close to the truth. Instead, we are outraged because of what the judge said or is doing. Presiding officer. So, Shudu says, are you guys even aware there is no record of BR studying at UNISA? No, no. What are you saying, Mashudu? I am. That would be scandalous because we went through October, November, or was it November, December, where he was writing examinations most. Hey, ah, ngizoba Nigeria soon. Chineke. What? But I would not be surprised at the same time because, like Ngome Zulu was saying, they're busy cooking. Seriously, I would not be surprised. I would not. But hey, if you got information, let us know. What me says, thank you for that, brother. I don't know. You don't teach children by that statement, but the whole entire country and world. Yeah, yeah. In our school government, we need something like law study, especially Bill of Rights and Constitution. So, you know, if you go to the United States and other democracies, in their assemblies, they sing the national anthem and also the Constitution, especially the rights of Americans. That's why Americans, they are so proud and patriotic to the flag because you will see the flag everywhere in the United States, in classrooms, courtrooms, you will see it on the streets, buildings, houses sometimes. Why? Because they pay allegiance to their country. You can never tell an American child about their rights, ever. Why? Because it's taught in schools. You would have thought the Bill of Rights, it's not that big. It's not that big. Chapter 2, just the Bill of Rights. And then the South African national anthem. irrespective of how you feel about it. Some people. That's how you secure patriotism. That's how you secure patriotism. Nigerians, the why they delusionally believe they're the giants is because they learn this from school, the constitution and the national anthem. You can never take it away from them no matter what you say because they are proud. It's in here, ingrained since childhood. And then you ask yourself why South Africans, some will sell our country with a snap of a finger because no patriotism is taught in our schools. So yeah, I agree with you. Zazan Fixer says on my live today, my punchlines will be. I keep laughing at myself as I prep. I want to hear them because you always come up with these very smart punchlines. And you're like, why did I think of that? Oh god, that is so funny. I'll be checking them out. Definitely, I will. Anyways, guys, I think we've gone way past the 30 minutes. I wanted to conclude my live. Thank you again, guys. Thank you for being here, your support, your love. Let's not lose hope. Let's not lose hope because I do pray every night that I be wrong about justice for the Maywas. Every night I pray that I'm wrong. So let's continue praying. I know prayer is powerful and it will change everything. Anyways, guys, let's see. Please be careful. I cannot emphasize this any more than I can. Be careful out there. We are under siege from all angles. Propaganda, our lives, our safety and security, everything. Let's be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. And that, good night, guys. Thank you so much. We shall see each other tomorrow and hear what the Rata has for us. Yeah. Bye. Bye.